Welcome to the Abdominal Transplant Center at Dell Seton Medical Center at the University of Texas. I'm Katie, the Living Donor Coordinator. In this video, we will go over some educational information on the kidney pair donation, also known as KPD, program for living donors. In many instances, recipients have donors that want to donate a kidney on their behalf, but may be incompatible or want to find a better match. With kidney paired exchange, the donor will donate their kidney to another recipient in exchange for a compatible kidney for their recipient, also known as a kidney swap. This could also allow more than one recipient to receive a transplant. The National Kidney Registry, or NKR, facilitates this process. There is a possibility that potential donors will have to wait to find a match, which is often dependent on the recipient's reason for entering kidney paired donation. For example, they are highly sensitized and hard to match. And sometimes, even once there is a match, it may take time to schedule the donation due to logistical challenges. There are matching requirements including 1. Matches are made using a computer program that maximizes the number of matched pairs. 2. The computer finds and displays one solution for each match run. 3. Donors are matched based on donor blood type and antigens compared to candidate blood type and unacceptable antigens. Antigens are proteins that are located on the kidney that can increase someone's risk of rejection. 4. Donor and candidate choices can be used to identify match opportunities, such as distance willing to travel, but they cannot choose specific individuals or pairs with whom they match. 5. Donors and candidates have the right to decline any match offer. 6. Whether the candidate transplant hospital determines if the matched donor kidney is appropriate for their recipient. And lastly, 7. The donor and candidate can withdraw from the KPD program at any time for any reason without penalty. The NKR has a voucher program that allows the donor to choose the most convenient time for their donation surgery while providing a voucher to their intended recipient who will be prioritized to receive a transplant if or when they need it. The vouchers include 1. Standard voucher. This is used when a family member or friend is expected to need a kidney transplant within a year, but the donor wants to donate sooner rather than later. 2. Family voucher. This is used when donors do not have someone in immediate need of a transplant. Donors can name up to 5 family members to receive a voucher. However, once one of the voucher holders redeems the voucher, all other vouchers are void. 3. Swap saver. This is used when there is a problem with a swap, such as the paired recipient being too sick. The paired donor proceeds with surgery to keep the rest of the swap on schedule. The recipient is then prioritized for a transplant and a future swap. And 4. Real-time swap failure. This is used when the paired donor donates, but the paired recipient does not get a transplant for whatever reason. The recipient is prioritized for a transplant and a future swap. Remote kidney donation allows someone to donate to a friend or family without requiring the donor to travel to the recipient's transplant center. This lessens the challenges related to traveling for donation and allows the donor to recover at home. Non-directed donors are individuals who donate their kidney with no intended recipient. They can participate in the KPD program, donate to a candidate on the deceased donor list, or any other options available in the donor service area. If the donor and recipient are at different transplant centers, the donated kidney is shipped to the recipient center. The kidney is transported by ground transportation or via airplane. Although rare, the following risk may occur. 1. Possible delay in the function of the kidney caused by the extra time it takes to transport. And 2. Accidental complete loss of the donated kidney due to transportation accident or loss between the donor and recipient centers. The NKR uses GPS devices to track all donated kidneys. There are possible adverse events that could occur during KPD donor and recipient surgeries, including but not limited to 1. An event may occur that makes it necessary to stop a donor procedure. In this case, one recipient would not receive a kidney. If a donor or recipient surgery has begun, this surgery will continue even if another surgery in the match must stop. 2. It is possible that a paired recipient will not receive a transplant because of an unexpected issue with their donor's kidney found during or after surgery. 3. The donated kidney might not be transplanted, or the paired recipient might not receive a transplant due to unexpected events. 4. If the recipient's surgery must stop prior to transplantation, that kidney would be made available to another recipient on the deceased donor waiting list. 5. If the donor was to develop chronic kidney disease requiring transplant after donation, the donor receives prioritization on the kidney transplant waiting list for deceased donor organ. NKR will also provide priority for a living donor kidney transplant. 6. A donor protection program is available to cover complications that are not reimbursable by the recipient's insurance. 7. Possibility that the paired recipient and the matched recipient might not have equal outcomes. And finally, 8. Possibility the donor's name appears on the matched candidate's insurance estimation of benefits. Those who participate in KPD are not required to sign a formal contract. However, it is encouraged for all who participate to ask questions and discuss all aspects of KPD to make an informed decision. Once the donor and recipient are placed in a swap, changing your mind not only affects the pair, but the other participants of the swap. Participants have the right to withdraw from the KPD program at any time, for any reason, and without penalty. There are no binding contracts. Strict privacy, confidentiality, and anonymity will be given to donors and recipients during the evaluation, transplantation, and post-operative process. However, participants in the KPD must agree to allow our center to share your protected health information with the other transplant hospitals participating within the KPD program. Limited information, including transmissible diseases, cancer, and other results that may affect the health of the recipient, will be shared with both the donor and the recipient. Information will also be shared with local, state, and federal agencies as required by law. After both surgeries are completed, donors may have the opportunity to communicate with the recipient they donated to. Both parties must agree prior to any communication taking place. Initial communication should be facilitated by the transplant coordinator or social worker responsible for the swap. If a kidney donor experiences complications related to the surgery, medical costs should be paid by the recipient's insurance. Sometimes insurance companies limit the coverage. The Donor Protection Program through the NKR eliminates this risk in partnership with our program. We would pay for medical costs of uncovered complications. As a Donor Shield Program Center, we offer protections to donors who donate through an NKR exchange. All donors who donate at a Donor Shield Center will receive the following protections. 1. Lost wage reimbursement for up to 6 weeks with a max $2,000 per week reimbursement after donation. 2. Travel, lodging, and mileage reimbursement up to $5,000 for donors and their support person or travel companion. 3. Access to reasonably priced life insurance through National Kidney Registry. 4. Legal support. 5. Coverage for uncovered donor complication costs. And finally, 6. Lost wage and travel reimbursement for subsequent donor complications. Thank you for choosing Dell Seton Medical Center at the University of Texas at Austin and becoming a living kidney donor. Remember, we are here to support you during your living donor journey. Please contact your living donor coordinator with any questions.